Hi guys! So today's post, I'm going to be sharing with you Knip Mode browse through, and that's the Knip Mode June 2019 issue. And I don't want to give you a spoiler alert, but spoiler alert, it is lit. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so here we do. We have the cover, Knip Mode 6 2019. Says summer in bright yellow. It's pretty cool. And already we've got some teasers about what's in the actual magazine. Get you to focus. Yeah. So got a swimsuit, got some lovely dresses. She's pretty cool. So I've noticed that Burda doesn't actually do that. They only show you the one image. So I need to do a video about the differences between Burda and Knip Mode. But okay, here we go. So again, Knip Mode is a Dutch sewing magazine. It's a monthly sewing magazine, but 3 times a year they do like a bumper issue where you get an extra magazine booklet with some extra patterns. They have a full range of patterns, and the details will be in the description box. Okay, so first off, we have this lovely looking summer dress, which is, I think it's a trapeze dress is what you'd probably call it. Yeah, like a trapeze dress. It's very cute, not immediately grabbing me, but I like the fabric choice that they've used. Those florals are very, very beautiful. And you've got a close-up detail here of how it goes off shoulder, right? I don't know. Jury's still out for me on that one. I like the styling. I think that the styling is pretty awesome. Okay. And then we have this dress here, which they've called a cherry picking dress. And it has got a fabulous line drawing, okay? So you kind of have this piping detail. Hang on. Can we get this to be a little bit close? All right. I have light issues. Okay, so there is some piping detail over there, which kind of gives you an arrow, which I think is pretty cool when you can get that sort of like directional look. And you can see on the line drawing that it's got some cap sleeves and it's got the wide A-line style skirt, and it's got pockets. This is cute. It's unique. It's unusual. But I think that in order to get this to really work and really stand out, you need to put the piping like they've done on this. And I think that it's really lovely. And then we also have some kimonos, right? Which they've got an interesting saddle. In knitting, this is called a saddle sleeve. I don't know what it's called in sewing. I need to look that up. But yeah, it's kind of like where you kind of have a square thing at the front for the bodice. And then you have a one-piece sleeve. It's like a raglan, but if the raglan wasn't a curve, it was actually more square shaped. That's quite interesting. And I like how they've used the contrasting fabrics here to really bring out that design element. And then you also have the tunic here with the pockets. But again, a lot of incredibly intricate details with the right balance of simplicity in fit, but all those details in terms of the actual sewing technique with the slits that have the contrasting fabric, and then you've got the neck placket. It's wonderful. I think it's a really good choice, and they've done with the red fabric and the red contrast. Beautiful. Love it. So 1, 2, 3, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up from me. Okay. I love both these garments. The oversized shirt, I really like that, and it's got these inseam pockets on this. I still don't know what to call this point. So if it was a princess seam, it would be somewhere around here where the bust line is, but it's not exactly underarm. It's sort of between a princess and an underarm sleeve. But yeah, this looks to me like a very comfortable, it's really cool. I really like how they've started with the shoes as well. It makes me feel like I need to go buy a pair of chunky heel trainers. And I think this would work really nicely in a blue chambray as well. Now let's talk about this jersey dress. I don't think in my short sewing life, which is only about 4 or 5 years, I've ever seen anything so quirky and interesting in a jersey dress for grown-ups. It's got this curved seam, and it's got another curved seam that intersect. There's some ruching on that seam, and then you've got an asymmetrical hem, and it carries through on the back as well. I mean, how awesome is that? Okay, I'm just going to spend a bit more time on this one, see if I can get it to zoom in. Nope, I can't get it to zoom in, never mind. But on here, they've used this funky animal print and a contrasting black and white stripe, and it's just fabulous. It really is. It's different, it's unique, it's quirky, it's daring, it's brave, and I think that that's just really wonderful. Knipmode really surprised me with this, to be honest, and I was just like, oh wow, with my limited sewing time I might have to allocate more time to Knipmode, so that was pretty cool. And then we also have some more jersey. This is a style that we've seen quite a lot of already. It's like a drop shoulder style, and it's baggy and comfortable, and it's one of those things that's incredibly popular, of course, in the sewing world, because it is comfortable and you can make it look stunning just based on the fabric that you use. You don't have to worry about fitting. It's cozy, you know, what's not to like about it? And then they also have gone brave and quirky with this jersey dress that has this curved semicircle seam right across the front with some gathering and a V-neck. You can't see much detail in this dress because they've used an animal print jersey, but I think it works really well, I think. And later on you'll see a version where you can actually see the seam line better. And by the way, Knipmode comes in all of the sizes from the 34 through to the 54, which is pretty cool. So they don't have like a plus size section or petite or whatever, but they do draft for 175 centimeters tall. So, you know, keep that in mind. Okay, maxi dress. I love maxi dresses. So yeah, I love this dress. It's a simple 70s style, rectangular gathered panels, and then you've got the top with binding ties. And I really like how they've done the contrasting fabrics. I would keep an eye out personally for fabrics that I could use that are kind of contrasting for that, and I would definitely make this. It looks like it's simple, it's quick and fast and easy to make. Okay, this is pink and red. I love the colors. I really love the colors. And this is another, I think, really brave design on the part of Knipmode, because it's got a lot of details going there. And this would be the sort of thing that you could make if you really wanted to challenge yourself to see if you could incorporate all of these techniques. So first of all, this is made in like a jersey fabric or a stretch fabric. And you've got the ruching on the sides, and you've got the cute little bow detail that pulls this down to take it from being a bandeau top to being like a sweetheart neckline. And then you've got like the straps on the side that continue over to the back to give you this lovely V-neck feature. And yeah, and then you've got the frill at the bottom. It's a really brave design, and I think it works as well. It works, and especially in the colors that they have used. You know, they've appropriately given it a 2.5 dot rating, because it would be quite challenging, especially if you're using a jersey. But if you're using a stable cotton jersey, you would definitely be able to make something really cute and nice out of this. And I think this is something that I would try if I had a lot more patience. If I had a lot more patience, I'd probably try this. But yeah, I really like that. And, you know, kudos on the fabric choices as well. Fantastic. And then there's the designer pattern. It's another maxi dress, and it's got a sheared waist. And shearing seems to be popping up a lot lately. Yeah, I think I'm not a big fan of that fabric, and it's got a 70s style to it, but I kind of feel like For a maxi dress, I feel like it covers up too much for my own personal liking, but that's just me. Okay, we have these, I just call them Thai fisherman trousers because this is what I've seen them called before, where they have an extended bit out that you then wrap over at the front. So this is pretty cool. They look like they would be very comfortable. And then you've got a drop shoulder kimono sleeve style or batwing style sweater. These are always really great projects because there's only one pattern piece. You don't have a sleeve to ease in. And I think that this would be really cool. I do have some fabrics that might work in that. This is that drop shoulder dress again, but I love this pixelated fabric, this pixelated jersey fabric. One day I might have to buy that. One day. Yeah. So it looks like on the neckline here they've used a light yellow fabric ribbon, and that works. And you know, with the pink shoes, it just goes pop, pop, pop. This gets my vote. This does get my vote. And you got close up of the pocket details, and the fabrics are pretty much on point and they blend really well. Clearly a lot of thought has been put into the production and design of the magazine, which is something that I always appreciate with sewing magazines. Some sewing magazines have got, you know, a smaller budget, I guess. Okay, so there's that kimono that we saw in a longer length before, and now it's been shortened to make it like a cropped cardigan, cropped kimono cardigan, if you want to call it that. And it works. It works, especially in the contrasting fabrics. I have a friend of mine, Eleanor, and she's made the Kinder cardigan from the Sewing with Knits book. And this kind of reminds me of that, and I really like her cardigan. So, you know, this is pretty cool. I like the line drawing of these trousers. And I'm very, very tempted to try and make these trousers at some point. My only problem is doing flies and stuff like that. I don't like doing flies on trousers, but these trousers, they remind me of DP Fashion Studio Paris trousers that they came out with a few months ago, and I was attracted to them again, but I was kind of like, need to work on my sewing queue before I work on those. But yeah, I like the style of those trousers. I'm drawn to them. I've never worn trousers like that before, so I don't know if they would look good on me. So I probably should go try them first before I invest the time, fabric, and effort to sew them. Yeah, I think I should do that. Go into town and see if I can try them first. Okay, I digress. Right. Tennis, cute little tennis outfit. I'm not sure that works, putting in the knit ribbed fabric between the woven. It's cute, it's kind of adorable, but wow, this is a lot of work because this is a polo shirt, and so it uses PK, I think is what it's called, and it's like a jersey fabric with some stretch, but not as much stretch as normal. But yeah, if I still played tennis, maybe this would be a thing. And there you go, you get the line drawings showing you the different sizes and the different difficulty ratings. I'll do a separate video sort of like going through how to work with Knip Mode patterns, and you've got the pattern sheets. I'll have to talk about the pattern sheets at another time. And then you have your instructions, okay? And I'm skipping over to all the other stuff. There we go. So here we've got a cute little top, a 70s style, and this is done just by adding frills to the maxi dress that we've seen before already that I love. And these are those trousers, but they've just been shortened to make them into shorts. And that kimono has shown up again, this time as like a house coat rather than an outfit you would wear outside of the house. Yeah, and so they've got, one thing I really like about Knip Mode is how they show you quite a lot of variations of a pattern. So in this issue, they do show you what these trousers might look like if you used a Drapier viscose fabric. And that's quite a nice feature. And also the kimono top if you use the Drapier viscose fabric. And it looks like this kimono top has got, it's either some elasticated or it's a casing where you draw your belt through. And that's an interesting feature. And, you know, this I'm not too sure, don't quote me on this, but this looks to me like it might be African wax print fabric, which is pretty cool. It's always nice to see something like that. And they've used it with the popping colors to make the placket sleeves and vents pop that little bit more. Hang on, what's going on here? Looks like there's been a Photoshop error on this picture. See if I can zoom in. Can you see that? It looks like this is a pink line going over it, but then the pink line is broken. Huh, that's weird. I spotted a Photoshop error. Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Swimming costumes. So if you're into sewing your own swimming costumes, they have got a sewing pattern that goes all the way from a European 34 to a 54, which is pretty cool. I personally have reached the conclusion that I'm not going to sew my own swimwear, and I'll go into that in another video. But this is cute, and if this had come out back in the time when I thought that I could make every single thing that I wear, I would have made this. But yeah, this is fabulous and cute. And you've got that maxi dress again in print contrasting fabrics, and I love that. I love mixing prints, and they are just calling out to me with what they have done here. I'm definitely going to be making this dress, definitely. Okay, there is some more adverts. And then you've got how they've used this pattern with those lines. Remember those lines? And they've made it into a bridal wear. Love it. So wonderful. And I think that's one of the joys of sewing, that you can easily take a pattern that, you know, you change the fabric and it goes from being something formal, bridal wear, to being something that, you know, you can kind of wear on the school run. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, okay. And then we've got the trousers that have popped up again. I like them a lot better in this color because you can kind of really see the contrasting details. They are high waist but cocoon shaped, so they kind of look like they would be comfortable. But like I said, I probably need to go try something like this before I commit to making them, because this, you know, we're talking about a lot of time investment here. There's a fly front over here, and I'll have to get like the specialized jeans zippers, and there's the top stitching, and don't even get me started on denim and stuff like that. So before I commit to them, I think I kind of want to make sure that I would like the style on me. I like it in principle, but I need to see if I like it in practice. And this is very funky, very hippie style. Love the color combination. And she's happy. You know, I like happy pictures. Happy pictures make me feel happy as well. And, you know, you can never go wrong with a blue and white polka dot and a red trim. You can never go wrong with that. It's just a great color combination that works. And we have that incredibly intricate dress again, but this time they've played around with different fabrics and using mesh panels on here. And again, what a brave choice. I love it. I love how they've just gone forward to offer something to, you know, the sewer who wants to challenge themselves, and that's really fantastic. I think that this worked out really well. Now this is an interesting skirt, right? Because it's got this band, this crossover band. When I've seen these before, but in a gym wear, and these tend to be at the back because it's a great way of emphasizing the bootay, but they've reversed it and they've put it at the front. So it will be quite interesting to see what this would look like. I might try that. And then we have the maxi version of that incredibly quirky, incredibly interesting jersey dress, which I am tempted to make if I can find the right sort of contrasting fabrics. I like how they've used the multicolor polka dot, and then they've used the multicolor stripe for the contrasting panels. Fantastic. Again, I think that they are just knocking it out of the ballpark with this issue. different variations of the dress with the curved seam at the front and different variations of the kimono cardigan. I love this about Knip Mode, so you can kind of see what it might look like with a dark floral, with a light floral in a geometric print. It's just fantastic. You know, you really get a feel of what the pattern would be like. And again, another variation with the stripe, playing around with the stripe. And, you know, the more I see this, the more I want to make it, the more I feel like this could work, this could work. But yeah, I would definitely say that that dress is coming up top for me. And there's a knitted pattern here as well. Yeah, I have a dicey history with knitting, so I'm going to comment on that. But this is what we have, guys, and I think you'll agree with me that Knip Mode have really done a fantastic job with their June issue. They have produced some very daring styles, some very adventurous styles, which, you know, can cater to the person who wants to be challenged that little bit more. And challenge accepted, Knip Mode. I will be back at some point next week to share with you my sewing plans. Right now I have to go finish off a cashmere coat I'm making for my husband's birthday. And I have to finish making all those things that I said I'd make in 2 weeks. But I am super excited about getting into Knip Mode this time around. So I would love to know, did you like anything particular in that Knip Mode? If you did, let me know in the comments box down below. And until I see you next time, happy sewing, guys. Bye.